Is audio and video clear?
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Good to see all of you. Welcome, CEOs and future CEOs. How are we? Great. A very good afternoon to each one of you. And thank you for being over here. I'm Sachin, and I shall be the facilitator for this wonderful session about a very powerful subject that is so close to each one of us here, about being the CEO of our own life. And who better to take us through this powerful journey than someone who has actual hands-on experience on the same? Someone who has seen it and now would love to share it with each one of us to inspire us all to dare and reach out to become what we would love to be eventually. Yes, the CEO of our own wonderful lives. Dear friends, let me now take this opportunity to introduce our amazing host and rock star of the session, Coach Joey. Big round of applause, please. Coach Joey D. Rendon is not your typical author. His story isn't about overnight success, privilege, or luck. It's about the grit, grace, and an unshakable belief that life's greatest setbacks can become the foundation of your greatest comebacks. Born into humble beginnings in a remote village in the Philippines, Joey was no stranger to hardship. He carried a fishnet as a school bag and also ate cassava while his mother skipped meals so her children could eat. But even at 9 years, he dared to dream. He knocked on his principal's door to ask, "Can I work in exchange for my education?" And that bold question, dear friends, unlocked a life path defined by courage and conviction. From feeding pigs before sunrise just to stay in school, to moving house to house as a student worker, Joey faced adversity not as a victim but as a warrior. And when his seminary education was cut short due to poverty, he sold rice cakes, fish, and worked in sugarcane fields to just keep it going. He topped his class through sheer determination, but perhaps his greatest test came in 2014 when he became a victim of gold investment scam in Qatar, an experience that cost him his reputation, his savings, and nearly his will to continue. Fleeing to Nepal with nothing but faith, Joey had a chance and a choice: to drown in shame or rise again. He chose the latter, and now based in UAE, Joey has rebuilt his life from scratch. He's a certified transformational coach, sought after speaker, a Toastmaster leader, and an advocate of lifelong learning. He coaches professionals and entrepreneurs to think like CEOs, not just of companies, but of their own lives. And his debut book, Dare to be a CEO, is not just a success story, it's a survival story, turned into a blueprint for reinvention for all of us. It's for the underdog, the broken, the overlooked, those who have every reason to give up, but one reason to fight, because they believe there's more to life. Joey lives by his mantra: your failure does not define you, your choice to rise does. And today he stands not just as an author, but as a living proof that when you lead yourself with purpose, serve others with love, and stay anchored in faith, you can transform your pain into power and dare to be the CEO of your journey. Along with all of this, he is also a powerful public speaker and is a part of Toastmaster International, a worldwide organization that is devoted to bring the best out of public speaking skills and nurture the leader in us. He joined Toastmasters to learn how to hone his public speaking skills and leadership, and to network with the same mindset of people, adding value, of course, to each one of them. Toastmaster Joey Rendon is currently the club president of Desert Voices Toastmaster Club for 2024-2025, and he's also the program director at Next Gen Global Excellence. He's a staunch advocate for mental health, a life and mindful coach, and he's definitely an aspiring author, launching his first book in May 4, 2025. Of course, we will hear a lot more about this book and what it is all about furthermore in the session. So, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Joey's life reminds us all of this powerful truth. Your life is your biggest mission, your most important project, your personal brand, and your legacy. So, once again, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, before I hand it over to Coach Joey, please let's welcome Coach Joey with a thunderous round of applause. Please put your hands together to welcome Coach Joey Randon.
Thank you so
Over to
much,
you.
Mr. Sachin. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And thank you for coming over, everyone. I really appreciate your time, your effort to listen. I know some of you are still at work, busy. It's okay, as long as you're there listening to my presentation this afternoon. So let me go straight to this wonderful presentation that I would like to share with you. And this is part of the book that I've shared. And so that we will not take much time, we'll go straight ahead on this. And then at the end, we will have a question and answer portion that every one of you can ask a question as well. So that will be great. And thank you for staying with us this wonderful time. So welcome to the CEO Life Plan Blueprint. Why I have done this it's a call to action part of my book at the end of these pages, because I know for sure lots of people need guidance and lots of people need someone to guide them, to help them, to account them, and that's the things that we're going to learn right here, right now. So are you with me? Are you ready? Can everyone can do a thumbs up if you're still with me? Thank you so much. All right. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. You're still with me, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So let's go straight ahead. I have 9 points that I'll be sharing right now. There will be around lots of points as well through the book. If you want to finish all these things, the blueprint, I'll be able to do that as well in the future. Right now, what we're gonna do is to have a short mindfulness exercise. Wherever you are right now, I want you to breathe in and breathe out to appreciate that you're still alive and kicking. All right. Are you with me? So let's inhale. Exhale slowly. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Wow. Amazing, right? That we feel still alive, kicking, breathing, and we thank God for all of this. And so after we relax, our mindset is clear. Our mind is already in this session and not everywhere. So now I would like to start the points that I'm going to share with you. Number 1, if you have notes, you can put your notes as well. Number 1, being a CEO, to have an in charge, to be in charge of yourself, of your own life. Number 1, you have to have self-awareness. Where are you right now? Because what? Before you can build the life you want, you must understand where you are right now, and your strength, your weakness, and limiting beliefs. It's very important. They should be aware. Lots of people are not aware who they are right now, what are they capable of. So that's the thing that I would like to address in this wonderful book and workshop as well. You make sure, maybe you're right now kind feeling of stuck somewhere. This is the time that you have to have that self-awareness. Where are you are right now? So I put some examples in here. For the strength, for example, you will say that I'm great at motivating others and leading small teams. So that's your strength. That's wonderful. Applaud yourself. Maybe your weakness will, I procrastinate when task feels too big. If there's so much from my boss, then I feel frozen. I cannot do anything. All right. Now, your limiting belief will say, I'm not smart enough to run a business. Even me, I have this limiting belief before. I cannot do it. I feel that I have very low self-esteem and I feel that I cannot do anything. I'm afraid to do anything. But I have to refrain right now. Reframe it. Your mindset should have, you have to think something else which is positive. So to reframe it, I may say, I may not know everything right now, but I'm willing to learn. This is the most important thing in life. You are learning every day by meeting people. That's why Toastmasters, I learned a lot of things through this community. The Masterminds leadership I have encountered also with Coach Michelle, which unfortunately today she is not well, so she's not able to be with us here right now. But so kind of my brother Sachin to take over to facilitate this wonderful session. Thank you so much. So that's the number one thing. What we can do is that, of course, I would like to highlight always 3 points. The points, and then you will have the example, you will have the call to action. Very simple. So now what we can do, write down one action to improve a weakness. So what, for example, what is your weakness? Maybe time management. So what you can do, you have to make time. You can have your calendars. You can have your alarm. You can have your reminders. That's very important. All right. Another thing, I'll create a daily schedule to manage my time better. So that's the thing that you're going to do with these points. All right. Let's proceed now to points number 2. Points number 2 to become a CEO or taking in charge of yourself. Number 1, number 2 is career and financial blueprint. Stability plus growth. Reflect on whether your job or your business align with your goals. Again, sometimes in my life when I come to abroad, I told myself, within 2 years, I will just work so hard. And after that, I'll go back to the Philippines. So my sister, my beloved sister, by the way, is here with us. So thank you so much, my beloved sister, for pushing me. And she's the one who brought me abroad. And I really appreciate how she have supported me from the very beginning. And you can see that, you know, when your goal is not aligned, you will go somewhere else. That's why you need to have the blueprint. Then you can create a path to your financial freedom. It's very important to know where are you right now and where you want to go somewhere or to reach somewhere. Okay, so this is the example. Your current status, for example, I work in a retail store, sales, but I want to become a real estate agent. All right. Or maybe right now I am on sales, but I want to become a great speaker, a paid version of speaker, a sought after speaker. So you can do that. So your financial challenge is I'm always broke at the end of the month. So what is your new plan? Your new plan is I'll take a real estate course while keeping my job and set up an automatic saving plan. So you can do that. So there's lots of things. Today I've met Jennifer Cariaga here as well. Caraga. She have lots of business. For sure, she have started somewhere else to get started. So that's very important that you have to know where you are, what your problem is, and move forward ahead. That's very important. Now, what are the action steps that you have to do in life on that situation? Start one income, boosting, move, like freelancing, virtual assistant, investing somewhere else, launching a side hustle, and all things like that. There's lots of things now in the market, in the trend, in the online. You can search that as well. So take that action step towards your financial success. Number 3, relationships and environment. Have you ever audited your circle, making sure that these people are really helping you to move forward in your destiny? Because if those people is not contributing to your success, you must leave this group of people. You have to change, you have to select, you have to audit. If you want to reach somewhere else, then go to the people that having the same mindset with you, right? So your success is influenced by those who spend the most time with. So audit your time. Who is the person who have called you? You call the most, you talk the most, you have chai the most, like you have coffee the most, all right? And then evaluate your circle and intentionally connect with growth-driven individuals. Yesterday, we have a very impactful session. I met Sona and Sadika in this journey of, along with Sachin as well, along with this journey in Toastmaster. And some of you I've met in Toastmaster, and most of you actually I met in Toastmaster. So it's a pleasure seeing those people who are motivating me to become a better version of myself. So really important that you have to audit your circle. If these people who are not contributing to your success, you have to leave them. All right? So, okay. Now, what are those examples? So, examples, supportive people. My mentor encouraged me to dream big. So, I would like to say that you need to have a mentor. I would like to thank our coach, Halam, for mentoring our club, by the way, in Toastmasters. So, there's lots of people who are supporting and mentoring you, encouraging you, because this mentor are those people who are ahead of you. It might be one page ahead of you, but they are ahead of you. They have done so much things. They are the trailblazer of the expertise that they have right now. So it's very important to find a mentor so that they may able to account to you what are the things that you need to improve on, and they will give you a wonderful feedback. All right. And then there's also people who are draining you, like your old friends who are mocking about your ambitions. You will not go anywhere. I remember one of our relatives told us, my sister is here, you will not reach anywhere. You will just be here. You will not reach somewhere else. You cannot achieve in life or something else. So what we done, we renounce it, and we have faith in ourselves and faith in God that we can do something in life. So you have to leave those people who are draining your energy. All right. Then what you can do, you can upgrade by joining the masterclass, the mastermind, the network of people who are encouraging you, changing, have the same business mindset of people. And the best thing is that there's lots of people out there. If you can find one, well, reach out to us, reach out in Toastmasters. Lots of people are going to motivate you anyway and help you elevate your life, upgrade your life, upskills your life. It's very, very important. Okay, so what are the action steps that you're going to do in this case? Reach out to someone inspiring and schedule a conversation. These people will not say no. They might be busy, but they will say yes. In the future, you can arrange your time. So reach out to someone who are inspiring and schedule a tea, a karak chai, 1 dirham lang yon, all right? 1 dirham only. Or you can have biryani chai. I have, what's that biryani chai? Or you can have anything else. It can be a coffee or whatsoever that you like. So just spare time. Reach out to someone. Keep in mind right now, you can write those things with you. I can also share this word thing for those who are attending right now. I'll be sending also the link. Yeah. Now, let's proceed for the number 4. Faith and purpose. Anchored yourself. At the end of the day, we believe that there's greater, more than us. Whatever your religion is, I personally believe that I have God there, that I need to honor Him and put my faith in Him, because He is the one who also helping me out in my journey, in this wonderful journey of being an author and being a writer, being a speaker and a coach as well. So faith and values ground you in clarity and peace. When you have this foundation, definitely you know where to go. Without purpose, success feels hollow. You cannot measure success when you don't have any ground rules. You don't have any basis in life as well. So what are the example? So current state, I feel disconnected. So what you gonna do? You have to organize a reconnection plan. I'll start my morning with gratitude journaling and prayer. It can be breathing. Sometimes we forgot to thank God that we are still breathing. We have still work. We're still alive. Our spouses, our partners still with us. Our children still with us. And you are still at the earth, right? So you have to be thankful. What I can do is that I suggest you write down at least 3 good things that happened to you today. Every day you do that diary as well. What are the 3 good things? Because lots of people, they don't know how to appreciate even small things. So when you waking up is another blessing, right? Wake up in the morning, you have the energy. That's also a different level, isn't it? So thank God. And then what will be your action plan? Define 3 values you want to live by and reflect on them weekly. So make sure that you have that accountability person or a person that you would like to know your values and track you down. You can list down at least 3 values of life that you want to live by and reflect on them in a weekly basis. All right, great. Now let's proceed with number 5. Have a 5-year vision. Who are you becoming? Visualize your ideal life, how you live, think, work, and feel 5 years from now. Yesterday in the workshop, I told them that I have a dream to become a doctor in philosophy in 5 years from now. I have a dream to become distinguished Toastmaster in my journey. And I would like also to see myself. I told them if it's not this year, next year I want to be in that Coca-Cola arena, speaking with thousands of people, right? Maybe in the future, I will be traveling along with the great speakers as well internationally. There's lots of things that I would like to have in my life. So write down your at least 5 years vision, what you're gonna want to achieve. So of course, when you have that 5 vision, what you're gonna do? Starting today, you make sure that what you do every day will contribute to your 5-year plan. Okay? You have to have that audit every day. What you have done wrong, what you have done right, what you have was supposed to continue. Yeah, all these things you have to do that. All right. Sorry guys, I'm very passionate about it. That's why my voice is very loud, but I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you. I'm just really passionate about it. All right, let's go. The example, I see myself as a confident speaker. Maybe some of you may think, I see myself that I'm earning now $10,000 to $50,000 per month, mentoring others and enjoying family time. Again, I must tell you this. Lots of people have money, but they don't have time. So you make sure that you will have time freedom and financial freedom. This both should go hand in hand. So what are the examples you must say, right? So make sure that you have that example in you as well. Okay. Now, what are the action steps? Write a letter to your future self describing your dream life as if it's happening right now. So your assignment here is that write a letter to yourself. Have you ever encouraged yourself? Have you ever told to yourself or in front of the mirror or maybe in your selfie and your camera, you say, you're handsome, you're beautiful, you can do this, you can do that. So now you have to write a letter for your future self. What you want to become, what you want to see yourself right now. Act as if you are there already. That's very important. With the end thing in mind. You have to think that already in there, right? Great. Are you still with me? Can I have a thumbs up? I might say, I hope that you're still with me. All right, great. Now, number 6, CEO action plan. Goals with a strategy. This is the next point. Set up top 3 annual goals and break them into achievable steps. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This year, I plan to become an area director. So I'll be in Toastmasters. So I have that in mindset. Okay, I'll be running for area director for this year, and the years to come, I'll be running for another term, something like that. So this is like a small step. So now I have my first book issued. It's in pre-launching right now, and also pre-order as well. So I have achieved some of the things I have listed. All right. Now let's proceed. What are the example goals in career? Get certified in digital marketing or social media marketing, or it can be CSSD for the certified sterile thing that's really in demand in the market. Whatever that you would like to upgrade, you have to upskill yourself so that you will have in the same trend in the market that's in demand. So it's very important that you keep on upscaling yourselves, because without it, you'll be able to be left behind. All right, no one will get hired. No one will hire you. Okay. Now, in your finances, save at least 5,000 emergency fund. That's your goal, for example, or it can be 5,000 dirhams a month, or something like that. So it's up to you, right? And your personal growth, wake up at early in the morning to have your spiritual time. You have your daily devotion. So set some personal goal, career goal, and your financial goals. All right, cool. So list at least 3 action steps for each goal to complete within 30 days, because psychology says 21 days to reframe our mindset to become a habit, to replace the habits. The bad habits we cannot remove. We can only replace them, all right, with the good habits. So what you can do, list at least 3 action steps for each goal and complete them within 30 days. So let's go beyond this 21 days. Let's go do it 30 days. So I hope you will do it, and we'll have some feedback from you as well in the near future, right? Number 7, anticipate challenges, prepare for obstacles. This is what I'm saying. Success is about preparing for problems, not avoiding them. This is a big point in the schools, in our educational system in the Philippines. Children is never been taught how to respond or how to fail, all right? Means how to face the problem. This never been discussed in the educational system. That I think is very important to prepare the children for their emotional state, all right? Their mental state, how to have how to deal with problems when the problem comes, all right? So this is very important. So, our example, obstacles. I don't have time to study. So, these are the, I think, the most and easiest way to say that I don't have time to study. Well, I say that when you say I don't have time to study, it means it's not your priority. It's a myth. It is not your priority. That's why you don't have time. Because if you want to achieve in life, I remember this quotation. If you want something that you don't have, do something that you've never done before. Right? If you want to achieve something, then do something. So don't get excuses. Instead, you have to find that solution. So it's obstacles. All right. What are the solution for if you have these obstacles? I'll wake up 30 minutes earlier and cut back on their social media. Some of us are keep on browsing, doing things up every day. Cut that at least 30 minutes. Do the mindfulness thing and then do the reading. So you can be able to study and let your brain works. Right? Without exercising, actually also your brain will not work. So you have to go out there, get some fresh air, okay? And get some sunlight so you may able to have that and your brain will work well as well. So what are the action steps? Identify 2 obstacles and write a strategy to overcome it. So this is another your assignment, guys. Identify at least 2 obstacles and write a strategy to overcome it. I know for sure that each one of us know how to overcome that. All right? So as a coach, when we do a coaching, we are not giving advice. We are asking questions, right questions to the people because I know at the end of the day, you know where and how to make the solution. So, right? We just need to put the right question on this person. Okay, great. Are you still with me? Number 8, last 2. Number 8, accountability. Build your support system. This is very important. Tracking progress with the right people increases your chances of success. This is very important to have accountability in life, even in life as well. So we are really blessed and fortunate from our church where we have our leaders who always asking us as well, how are you guys? How are your spiritual walk? How's your Bible reading? How's your relationship? All right. So all of these things, it feels good that someone is asking, how are you? And you know how to have that accountability is very important. So have that accountability with the right person as well. The example, for example, the mentor, we check in monthly. So Coach Alam, for example, in our club. So I keep messaging her how we can move ahead with the club and all stuff like that. So it's very important that there will be some people. Our BPA from Desert Voices, Master Jyoti Christian is here as well. So he is like a buddy to me in our club. So I keep asking him, helping me out for the betterment of our club as well. So we have the support group. So my friend and I review weekly goals every Sunday. So make sure that you have that buddy partner. Bro, I think I have this goal. Would you mind that you can check on me on a weekly basis how I am doing on this and I account it to you. So it's very important to have that accountability. Okay. Now, what is your action plan? Choose a mentor or accountability partner and set a check-in schedule. It can be once a month, twice a month. So it depends on you, on how your goal is. So it's very important to find a person, very important to find an accountability partner. All right. So the team Dewey is here as well from the Toastmaster. I keep also asking her things here and that to guide me. So it's very important to have an accountability. And it feels good that I have lots of people. Well, my best buddy and best accountability partner and mentor is no other than my sister. My sister Lynn is here, and she is always there for me on doing things. He's the one pushing me that and believing in me when the time that I'm not believing in myself as well. So love you, sis. Now, last but not the least, the CEO agreement. This is very important. What is that CEO agreement? All of us must have this. You have to commit as a leader, okay? Because you are a CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your life. And I'm giving here the example. So later on, I'll be sharing with you a link. I guess I have to find that link and to share with you and fill it up. I will share you this agreement, or you can message me in WhatsApp as well on the number that I'll be sharing later on. So I'll send you your CEO agreement. So this is how it looks. What actually you can do is to pose a bit. Okay, you know how to do the superhero pose, like a Superman. You put your hand on your waist and declare this with enthusiasm, okay, with conviction. Okay, shall we do that? I will start. Let's say I will take action every day to move closer to my goals. I will overcome obstacles with resilience and adaptability. I will create a life of impact, purpose, and financial freedom. I will think, act, and lead like a CEO because my life is my business. I will take full responsibility for my choices, my mindset, and my results. I will invest in my growth, knowing that I am my greatest asset. I will surround myself with people who challenge, inspire, and elevate me. I will stay committed to my vision even when the path gets tough. I will embrace change as a catalyst for transformation. I will celebrate progress, not just perfection, because consistency builds empires. I will speak with intention, move with clarity, and lead with heart. I will show up every day as a CEO of my destiny. Be bold, focused, and unstoppable. How does it feels, guys? How does it feels? Right? Amazing. You have now, what is your call to action? You have to sign this agreement and post it somewhere else in your where it's visible. It can be also your phone to remind you. You can do that as well. So that's the action plan. Okay? I would, by God's grace, I would like to start this movement, the so-called dare, hashtag dare to be a CEO. In the future, we'll have the pin. So when you have the pin, you remind yourself that you are the owner of your life. You have to take charge of your life. So if you don't take charge of your life like a CEO, someone else will run it like an intern. So don't allow someone to your thought to become a football of other people's opinion. You lead with clarity on your decisions and build your legacy because your life is not a side project. It's your greatest enterprise, all right? So there to be a CEO, your life is your biggest mission, your most important project, your personal brand, and your legacy. And I believe that you're created for an impact. So that's the thing that I've shared. So this is the example of the CEO agreement that I'll be sharing with you. You can message me on this number, okay? Now, guys, I would like to remind everyone that we are on the pre-launching. You can have the pre-ordered. Let me, I will share with you right after this. I will share with you on the chat box. You can pre-order the copy. I will be ordering that on my dashboard. It's 69 dirhams. So on May 4, or even before that, when this book will arrive, on May 4, by the way, will be my official book launching here in Dubai. I'm finalizing the venue, but it will be in here in Dubai only. It can be in Burjuman or in the healthcare city area. So I will tell you. For now, my book is available in Amazon India, Flipkart, Notion Press, Amazon.com also has been activated, Amazon UK, and the Kindle, the Google Play Kobo, and iBooks will be available soon as well. All right, so here's my number and my email. You can do a screenshot with this. And thank you once again for joining for this short masterclass. And I will be announcing later on the promotion that we are having as well. But with this, I would like to end this session in this part. And I would like to hand over once again to my brother from another mother, Mr. Sachin. Over to you.
Wow, thank you. A big round of applause to Coach Joey. Well done. So, dear friends, that was our amazing Coach Joey, author of Dare to be a CEO, turning setbacks into a life of success. Coach Joey, congratulations on your debut book. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity for sharing your insights and journey with all of us through this amazing book that I've had the privilege of reading recently. Now, as promised, let's commence our question and answer sessions for all of you in case if you have any further questions which you would love to ask straight to Coach Joey so that he can let us know as to what further insights we can have. To begin with, I would request each one of you, if possible, to please switch on your video and audio when you happen to ask your question, or if you can raise your hand so that I can then let you ask the question directly to Coach Joey. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could switch on your video or raise your hand for further questions. Do we see some hands, Coach Joey?
No, not at
Okay,
moment.
before anyone happens to ask something, let me ask what I wanted to ask of you. I mean, right after reading the book, this is a burning question which I wanted to ask of you. And if I may, let me commence this session with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Coach Joey, if you can, I'm sure each one of us would be having this question burning. And I'm sure this is something what any budding author or enterprising author would also like to ask an author who has published his book. If you can take us back to the moment you realized you had to write, Dare to be a CEO, what pushed you to finally put your story into words? Coach Joey, if you may.
Thank you, Sachin, for that wonderful question. It bring my thought when when the days that I am stuck somewhere else. I'm not able to do things. I feel that I cannot move. I feel I lost direction, and I saw that in myself, and I told myself maybe I'm not the only one here that I'm feeling stuck. Maybe I'm not the only one here that have the setbacks. I know for sure during the pandemic, a lot of people's happening, the inflation of the market and the global problems of people. I can feel that I think people needed guidance. And even me personally, I love someone who will guide me. I love someone to account with me. So I wrote this book on the intention not only for myself, of course, but for the people who needed guidance. For the people that sometimes they forgot to become their CEO of their life. So that the thing that you let other people decide for yourself. So right now, I told myself, why not I write this book so that this will be my legacy for the people that I'm encountering and the people that will have be impacted by this wonderful book that I have. So I hope that all the people right now who have setbacks, who have needed guidance, who need someone to push them. So after reading this book, will do the same. So that's I think that motivates me. Why I have to put my story. My story is very unique, and I have lots of people who have read this some few pages of mine. I think Sachin also can attest to that. So people feel cry. I saw one lady reading my book, and on the first page of the book, she is already crying. I told, what happened? She said, I can really relate to your journey. So yeah, so this is like very inspiring that people are relating to the book that I'm written. Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you. Yes, I do agree. After reading the book, like you said, I had the privilege of reading it recently. And I do agree. It opens up a totally different aspect of Joey Rendon, the person I thought I knew, and the person now I know, who is definitely someone who can help us take a look back at our lives as well. And yes, the book is something I would definitely recommend for anyone who would like to take a rain check on their life as to where it is and where they would like to take it eventually. The title, of course, is so powerful. So that brings me to my next question. Of course, after asking the question to the author about why he or she wrote the book, of course, the next question is naturally, why did you select the title? This title, which is so powerful, Dare to be a CEO, and which connects each one of us, because this immediately brings it down to our own personal interest as well. Dare to be a CEO. What does being the CEO of your life truly mean to you? I mean, beyond the business world. Coach Joey?
Thank you, Sachin, for that another wonderful question. I want you to bring back during my early young years, during high school, where we are really poor. My sister can attest to that. And what I did in my mindset is that if the things that I'm going to eat, the rice that I'm going to eat, all right, I have to give to my younger brothers or sisters so they're able to eat more. So what I did, if there's any contest, if there's any contest, it can be dancing, it can be singing, whatever contest. If there's money and there's rice, I will join. And I told myself, I have to dare. I have to dare myself to take charge. Though I am very shy type of person that the time, but the one motivates me. We don't have money. We don't have food, so I have to do something for the family and for my brothers as well. So my sister can attest to that. That I'm contesting in one of the singing contests in the Philippines, and the prize, you know what? The prize is Yakult. You know Yakult in the market now. This is the a little bit of expensive when you are young. And this Yakult is like a consolation prize. I joined in the contest. I did not win. I'm in the consolation prize, and they are laughing at me because I just get that Yakult thing. But I'm so proud of myself that taking the lead to dare, putting yourself out there is very important. So I choose the title Dare to be a CEO because I told already that people might forget that they are in charge of their life. People might forget that they have their purpose in life. And people might forget that at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your life that you have to fulfill your purpose in life. And I think be a daring person, dare to do it. Because if no one will, you should do it. Right? So I told myself this book will have an impact because not only as a CEO of the company, you can be a CEO of your life as well. And that is the missing piece of every individual because they lose track of their own identity. They lose track of their own life. They forget that they are the owner of themselves. So that's the thing I must say. Yeah. Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you again. Wonderful insight. Yes, I mean, I think I can relate to it because somewhere down the line, sometimes some of us forget that it is our life and we can be the CEO of it. So again, thank you for wonderfully reminding us. And since it's put out there in block, bold letters, dare to be a CEO. I can see that on the book behind you on the screen. This definitely is something which can also serve as a notice holder, like, just buy this book and keep it in front. And then, yes, it keeps on reminding you every day, like, why can't you be the CEO? So that's, again, a clever, wonderful tactic, I would say, to have it out there in bold, dare to be a CEO. So in case friends, in case if you're wondering how to grab hold of that copy, the link to it is...
I think we have raise of hand, Sachin.
Yeah, put up over there. So
yeah, Dan. Mr.
okay.
Dan.
Yes. Mr. Dan, please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. It was a very nice workshop. I'm very sorry if I have a very noisy background. Actually, I'm in the airport right now.
But thank you for coming anyway.
No worries. I was really listening. I just want to ask Coach Joey. I'm just curious. During your struggle days, if we go back to your struggle days, what advice you could have given to yourself?
Okay. Thank you. It's like a table topic now. I felt I'm in a table topic.
I'm just wondering, because now you have already figured it out. But way back then, what do you think was the challenge, and what you could have done better, and what you could have given, or what advice you could have given to yourself that time?
Thank you, Sir Dan. Well, the most difficult times of my life is during the scam thing in Qatar. It is my first time to invest on that a gold scheme, and my sister also along with me by the time. And I feel that time actually that I would like to disappear. I don't want to move forward. I want to kill myself. I'm telling you, I have this suicidal thought before, and I told my sister I don't want to live anymore. I just want to stay here and disappear. And I actually when I go out from Qatar, I travel to Nepal and I stay there in my best friend's house for 25 days before my sister sent me a visa coming here. So I told myself, I want to disappear. I don't want to do this life anymore. After all that, I build my reputation, I build my name on the market, because I was really, you know, kind of thing famous in Qatar. I was every malls, and all the people knows me. So that's why even the managers and all people will in charge their money, 30,000, 25,000. They're giving their money to manage all their finances, and that's how my life there. And when you know, when my reputation is ruined, I got so depressed. I have lots of depression. My body keep, you know, there's a pain in your body, a sleepless night. But I think what I could have done better is that to reframe my mindset rather than focusing on the problem. I would tell myself, Joey, maybe you can have 3 days of you know, the emotion thing cycle, and after that you go out from there and do something else, because you know, your life should um, involve this kind of happening. Maybe not only this time, you'll be facing more problems in the future. So you have to take up yourself and take in charge of your life. So that's what happened, because my sister is here, my best friend is there, and of course my when I met my wife here. So I'm able to stand again on my feet. So I must say that that is very excruciating time with me in that journey. But I guess it's meant to be there. It's meant to happen. God allows it to happen. Because if not, I'm not able to learn those, you know, to become strong and take up, to become a CEO of my life. Thank you for that wonderful question, Sir Dan. Anyone would like to ask questions? Sachin, you're unmuted, I guess.
Sorry. Yes. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, for that lovely question. Good. Anybody else who would love to ask Coach Joey? I know most of you might not have read this book, but we would like to focus our questions based on the current session we heard from Coach Joey. Anything related to that? Any doubts?
Jyoti Krishnan have message. Jyoti Krishnan, message in the chat.
Krishna? Yeah, let me read that out to you.
He said, hi, Tim Joey, a very good topic and good luck for your future. Okay, thank you, bro. What key takeaway from the book do you think is most relevant for someone just starting in their career? I think the most important thing is the audit. You audit your life is very important. That's how you started. You make sure to where you are starting, what are your problems, what are the things that happening right now is very important. So identifying all those obstacles, identifying the things that your vision, your passion, you will have the CEO. Number 1C is clarity. You have to have a clarity in your purpose, your faith, your vision. That's very important. That's letter C. Letter E, you have to have the proper execution, how to execute it, right? How to do it, hand in hand, step by step. You have to do that. And number 3, you have to own it. Your decisions, you own it. You don't need to blame anyone when you make mistakes. You make sure that you embrace all of those. At the end of the day, you are the one who are taking in charge of your life. So 3 letter that I would like to emphasize someone just starting their career. Number 1, he must have or she must have a clear clarity on the purpose, the faith, the goals that he or she wants to achieve. Number 2 is how to execute it is very important. And letter O, or the O letter there, is own it. Whatever your decision is, own it and have your way. Okay, don't let other people's opinion become, you know, your thought should not be a football of other people's opinion. All right. So thank you for that wonderful question, Tim Juti. Sir Dan, have a follow-up question, I guess.
Yes, Dan.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I just asked question again. Yeah, Coach Joey, you just said that I just want to know your opinion or perspective from your experience on what do you call this, with your expertise. I just want to ask for the youth right now. For example, I even experienced this before, that I was lost and the clarity wasn't there. My question is, which is more important, identifying yourself or having a purpose? I mean, identifying your strength, something like that, because actually, that is the most of the youth right now. That is the, even me, I experienced that before. Like, if I have this purpose, but I don't have this talent, but if I have this talent, what's my purpose then? Something like that. So, you know, so in navigating those things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for that wonderful question. I guess for me, your vision is, that's why is very important to start with. Why is very important. And the purpose is, you must define your purpose. From there, you can navigate your life. Without your purpose, how can you navigate your life? You will get lots of confusion, and lots of people will tell you to do this, to do that. But I think the most important thing and the perspective that I have is that know your purpose. Because from there, you can start to move forward and take charge. So for the youth out there that have the confusion, they don't know the clarity in life, I think number one is you have to identify first your purpose. Have that purpose, and after that, you may able to do the things step by step from there. You can strategize, you can identify, you can audit, and all this stuff. So for me, Sir Dan, that will be my perspective and my thought. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Joey. Moving forward, do we have any questions from the audience? Do we see any hands, raise of hands?
Any questions? You can type your questions, or you can raise your hand and unmute yourself. Anyone would like to ask questions?
Okay, meanwhile, I would love to insert one more question from my side.
Okay.
This is again a honest question. Reading your book, the first thing that strikes, I mean, I'm sure it would strike a lot of people, right? In chapter 1, you talked about asking to work in exchange for school. Just 9 years old. This is simply amazing, because at 9-year-old, I can't even think of taking any kind of decision regarding my life. But at that time, you actually dared to ask for work in exchange for the privilege of studying. That moment was indeed brave. How was that early experience? Or what would you love to share about that early experience, which so profoundly shapes the man and the mentor you are today? Go, Joey.
Yeah. With that question, it brought my memory back when my mother's still alive, and seeing her suffering. We don't have enough food. We don't have enough rice to live every day. So my mom usually, she is not, she is, when there's a rice, and when the cooked rice, there's some left out, right? On the bottom. What she is always doing, she is the one having that part, and sometimes even my father will took everything from there as well for us. So my mom will used to cook the rice, okay, make it like a rice coffee. We called it rice coffee because you have to really cook the rice on the dark and become a coffee. Seeing that the suffering of my mom actually is, I must say, she is the best mother ever, and I have my best sister over here. Seeing my capacity, and I told myself, I can do more than this. I can do more than just eating a family. When I was young, I already thought of contributing to the family. So what I did, I asked the principal of my school and the teacher of my school. Like, I feel like I have to really do something. My mom actually is working with them, washing their clothes on a weekly basis. So with that, I told myself, why not, mom? Maybe I may able to really help you as well on the financial side, and let me ask them if they can take me like a houseboy. So I'm cleaning, I'm feeding chicken, feeding the pigs, cooking for the pigs, and all stuff like that. So washing the dishes, cleaning the entire house. So that's what I do in exchange for my education. They're the one paying for my school fees. It can be projects. So they are the one giving me food as well. And if there's a visitor in their house, those visitors also give me money, and I give that money to my mother because I'm really want to help my mom, and seeing the smile on my mom when I give that money, it feels like, wow, I can do better than this. So I feel like, I hope that my mom's still alive, that she can experience a different life with us right now, along with my sister as well. Yeah, but yes, that's the feeling when I was 9 years old. Yeah, thank you, Sachin, for that question.
Thank you for that brutally honest insight, I would say. And definitely this was one highlight which stuck with me as well, when I was reading this book, this brutal honesty of owning up, and then not just sitting and repenting or regretting, but being brave enough to move forward to better this. So this is really great lesson, I would say, for me personally, and I'm sure for the readers, hopefully. Yeah. And I've also loved, another highlight of the book was the part where you say it's not just sufficient to keep everything for ourselves, but also at some point to think about sharing it and bringing the community at large, or being connected with the community, because this is also something which hits us close, being part of this wonderful Toastmasters organization and other community efforts as well. So I've seen that you speak a lot about resilience, faith, and community in your book, Coach Joey. If I may ask, who are the key people that became your turning points, and how did they impact your mindset as to this?
Thank you again, Sachin, for that question. Well, my sister Noveline is here. She is the one really pushing me, believing in me when the time that I don't even believe myself. She used to say, Joey, you have a talent. You have this gift of speaking. Why not get money out of this? And I told her, because I'm still afraid. I feel I don't have that confidence. And my sister used to say, Joey, Amon, lots of people out there, they're not even speaking well, but you're doing well. Why not make money out of your talking? So we have this expression, turn your kuda into money, right? Kuda means speaking or talking like that. So I told my sister right now, so don't worry, starting right now, I'll be able to get a paid version of my coaching, a paid version of my talking, so that right now I feel that I feel blessed that really my sister pushed me to believe in myself. So she's one. I dedicated one chapter for her, and I know that not one chapter is not enough to describe her, how her struggle to the entire family, but I should be writing a whole book for her. But wait, sister, I will write that for you. Yeah. And another key people, of course, in the community, of course, my wife. I encounter my wife here. I met my wife in church. And it's very important to have the same wavelength, the same mindset, the encourager. She has been my constant encourager, and actually she is more witty than me. She is more joker than me. Look like she is very serious, but she, in person, when you are feel close, she is like really very funny. And she's been with me during those times also that she's encouraging me, praying with along with me. And of course, another people, key people that I have is Kuya Jeff and Ate Mitzi. They are from our D groups, and the D12, we call the discipleship group from the church. During that time that we don't have food or something like that scenario, they are the one who is also helping us out. So this is very important that we feel that we have really a family here in Dubai and the UAE as well. So those are the key people. And recently, since I joined Toastmasters last December 2023, I feel that I have the larger community as well. So I feel blessed to have joined Toastmaster. And because actually of Toastmaster, I be able to push through this book published. I wrote this book 5 years back, and I told myself, I think on my birthday, on my 40th birthday, I will publish the book, but it's not happened. I have some setbacks in there. So right after that, this year, I'm able to push myself because of the Toastmaster community. You are guys, you all have impacted me, inspired me to put, right there, put myself in front of people again, to take the lead. So currently, I'm a president of Desert Voices as well. So this is the thing that I have. I have to bring people in front, and that's why if you have joined recently, I played the music. I have composed a music. I have composed a lyrics that enough for enough for being a fan of someone, you have to take the center stage because you have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the ability, you have something in you that you ought to share in the world. So that's what I must say, Sachin, for that question. Thank you.
Oh, great. It's nice to know the impactful of the people who have had such a big impact on your life. And it's nice of you to share that story or the story behind. And of course, we do have the two lovely ladies whom Coach Joey had been speaking about, his sister, Miss Noveen, and of course, his better half, Miss Thirdly, in the audience too. So a big round of applause and thanks to both of you as well for shaping Coach Joey the way he has become now. That's a huge transformation. I mean, I do agree as well. Thank you once again and deep appreciation. And yes, I mean, it was also very inspiring to read about both of them and their struggles and the way they supported you when you were at your lowest. So lots of love to such inspiring, wonderful supports. And talking about transformation, as a transformational coach and speaker, how do you balance sharing your past struggles while still being a source of strength and hope to others? Because sometimes it's so easy to be weighed down by our struggles and our individual hardships. So how do you, as a transformational coach and speaker, balance this? Coach Joey?
Transformation must always begin in your life. You must begin in your thought. Actually, transformation begins in thoughts. Lots of things are happening out there, but I think the main thing is you have to have that clarity, the right mindset, the right perspective. It's very important. So balancing now in life, a transformational coach, at the same time mindfulness coach, and all stuff that is really on now happening in me. I think balancing is very important, which is time. Time management is the one key factor why I have to do lots of things. I can do lots of things as well. So working at the same time now, I'm managing other things, especially my publications and stuff. So it's very important that when you take charge of your life, I think because you have taken charge of your life, it's more easier for you to decide because you're the one at the end of the day. You don't need to consult with anyone. You're the one who will say yes or no to your success. Yes. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And I also love the simple, short way you have tried to describe that CEO part in your earlier reply about clarity, execution, and finally ownership. So this is a very simple way of being reminded of this fact as well. And thank you for those answers. And thank you to one of our Weaver Alamki for that inspiring message as well.
Yeah, thank you, Coach Alam. She is our club coach.
Oh, yes.
From Abu Dhabi.
Okay, great. Great. That was very nice of you.
I think we can wind up because the time is ending.
Great. So I leave it back to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our inspiring coach, Joey, out with his wonderful book. And I would sincerely encourage each one of you to go out and read this amazing book. I have read it and I truly feel a bit different from what I was before reading the book. So definitely, if that's the magic this book can have on us, I would definitely strongly recommend each one of you to at least have a try with this book and be a CEO of your own life. So thank you once again for being with us. And before I hand it over for the last time to Coach Joey, thank you for your wonderful presence. And again, the link to access this book is shared in the post over here. You can please feel free to go ahead and register yourself for the copies. And to Coach Joey, once again, congratulations and all the best for a successful launch. Nice listening to you. Over to you, Coach Joey.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can we give a round of applause for Sachin for taking in charge as a facilitator of this wonderful program? Thank you so much, Sachin Kalikat, my brother from another mother. I would like to answer the question from Ibi Matay, our brother as well. He said, why choose to go for book instead of podcast or YouTube videos, which may be some easier to do and reach out? And yeah, okay. I must say, I plan as well. I plan to have the podcast in the future and the YouTube videos. But I think for me, this will be a physical legacy. The book that you'll be writing, I think is very important. Some people might reach. My plan is to reach this book to the uttermost part of the world, even for the kids out there who don't have the internet. People don't have the access to the internet. I think for me, it's very important. And yeah, that's number one. Number two, but don't worry, I will have my own video and podcast soon, very, very soon. Number two, any possibility to give a journey about the realization of the book, steps taken, number of revisions, deciding size or chapter of books, etc. from time of conceiving the idea to write a book to get. With that, we can have a cup of coffee over together. I can discuss you the steps, the realization, lots of things. It's not really easy, but you compose yourself, and when the time that you feel it's very hard to do it, you know, you have that mindset. You just need to really compose yourself. It's not easy, but I must say it's doable. So you can join our group. Sachin will be there. I'm guiding as well the inspiring author. We have a group of inspiring author that will be teaching you step by step how to do this and stuff like that. The deciding factor and things like that. Okay. Thank you so much, IB Matay, for that wonderful questions. Grace, thank you so much for coming. My brother, Mr. International, who have done my help me out for the composition of my dance music. Thank you so much for coming over. And number one, value you live by if you still have time to answer. Yeah, number one, value. Okay, number one, value. I think first you have to value yourself. The value of humility as well. Whatever you do in life, at the end of the day, it is not in your capacity. It is only by God's grace. With God, because of God, or you may able to do things as well. All the credits belongs to God. It's not to me. All the credit belongs to the Lord. He gives me the wisdom to do it, and He have the purpose that I must fulfill in this world. So thank you, Grace, for that wonderful questions. Thank you so much once again, our BPE Jyoti Krishnanteng, for coming, and Mr. Manuel, and my wife, thirdly, my sister Novi, Adele Sheikh. Thank you for coming over, Ivy, Miss Brene, and all of you guys. I really appreciate your time. I would like to have some announcement in final. For those who are ordering, I already send you a pre-ordered link here in the chat box. And then what we can do, please spare your time. Put your mark on your calendar, May 4, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please put a mark in your calendar. I invite you all to attend in our physical launching here in Dubai. The final venue will be sharing with you, but it will be, I think, mostly in Virgin Mall only. So these are the things that I would like ask to you. If you can spare time on that day, please do so. And order your books now, and let's talk over. If you're gonna order for 10 copies of books, you will get either free one additional book, or I will have a one-on-one coaching with you. Okay, so that's a promotion that I must give right now. So with that being said, we have a bright future ahead. Take charge of your life and become the CEO of your life. Thank you so much once again for sparing your time. God bless everyone. Good night. Yeah, the form is here for pre-order once again. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone.